Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fourth episode of Tuesday Air. This is Bow and Arrow Tarot. Thank you for being here today for these 3 tarot readings into the element of air. So, we're going to be looking at Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. And I'm so excited today because tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be live streaming the love readings. Finally, my love readings are back, which is really what I did solely on my channel before. But today we're just going to do the general reading for the week, for the next couple of weeks for the air signs. And we're going to start and get right into it. And we're going to start off with Gemini. And we have the sun and the air there, like I always put that there. And there are no planets in Gemini today. Usually I will put up other cards for planets if it's in your sign, but today there's no other planets, no planets in Gemini. We're just going to read for the Sun Gemini, or if you have in your chart Gemini anywhere, Venus, Mars, rising, or your moon might be in Gemini, you could resonate with this reading. Now, welcome. Take a moment. Take a breath. You're here for tarot reading, so enjoy it, okay? Take a moment to look at the cards and just lock in. Meditate on those beautiful images representing the air sign of the twins, Gemini. Alrighty. So, we can get right into cutting your deck. And we're going to take these 2 away and put Gemini right there. And we're going to start with your baseline for today. All right. So let's pull it out. The Chariot. Pentacles. 4 of Swords. And King of Swords. Wow. All right. Nice energy, Gemini. Nice energy. You're starting something new, right? You're kind of on a cusp, or you are definitely feeling the beginnings of a new adventure, a new journey for you, a new path that you're taking, or a new stage along your journey, right? Things are starting, you're really starting to look to the future right now. And a big deal of that future is for you to begin to build your nest egg. Gemini, this is definitely a baseline reading for a Gemini that's starting to get into their career, starting to think about what they really want to do with their career, starting to look forward to the next period of time being a period of financial growth, stability, right? Increasing your stability, increasing your capacity to do more things. You have things you want to do. Gemini, you like living in luxury, and you want to build that luxury. And you're kind of at the beginning of this right now. Although there is something that you're thinking about, right? You're contemplating some things right now. 4 of Swords energy is there. You're contemplating some things. You're contemplating how you want to move forward. Right? We're going to go a little bit deeper. King of Swords is there. Yeah, you're thinking, so right now you have this plan, these next steps specifically to do with your career and your money, but you're also kind of pulling back a little bit and trying to decide exactly, which way you want to go. What's your next move, right? And, also, I feel like there's an energy here of wanting to sort of set some boundaries or set a framework for how you're going to move forward, right? You want to be quite regimented about it. You're trying to find some structure, right? Let's get deeper. 2 of Pentacles showing up, Death. Wow. And Lovers. Okay, so there's a decision to do with your love aspect that's coming into this. So you're very independent. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, King of Cups, right? So Gemini, for some of you, life right now is a matter of 2 aspects, your love and your independent, autonomous career goals and goals for your life, independent of that love. There's a big change that's coming in, or that's coming in for you. And I think that it has a lot to do with both of those aspects. It feels to me like you're going into another gear. You're shifting up into another gear as far as sort of working towards your goals on the work front, the money front, the stability front, the building your nest egg and manifesting front. And also in the area of love, there is a feeling that you're not ready. There's a decision, right? You have 4 of Swords, 2 of Swords. So there's a difficult decision to make regarding a love connection, a strong love connection that's been there. You know, you may be trying to decide how to actually move forward with it. You may be deciding how to separate from it, but it's something that you're taking very seriously, and what's factoring into it very much are your goals for your life right now. You're juggling a lot of jobs or ideas. I think you're going to be beginning a lot of different little projects for yourself that's coming in. And this is a huge change for you. Okay, the change has absolutely come in, but for some of you, it's coming in. Death is there. So a big transformation is happening. And again, you know, in tarot death, I always say this because I never know, you know, whoever's watching, I don't know if you're new to tarot or used to tarot, but in tarot, death doesn't mean a physical death. Death is the necessary component of transformation. For anything to change and grow, there has to be an element of death around it and its environment within it in some way to make room for the new growth, right? If everything that was, you know, if things didn't die, you're right, there will be no space, right, for anything new to happen, for anything new to grow. And so it's that pulling away, that change, that ultimate change. Death represents that final change that happens before a necessary transformation has to come in. You simply can't go back because it's final. And so this is the type of shift I'm talking about that's happening for you, Gemini. This shift for you, this clicking into a high gear, is part of a very fundamental change that's happening in your life right now, a stage. And you're never going to be back at like before this moment again, right? There's never going to be you before this moment. In terms of your outlook, your desires, your life, where you are in all areas of your life, right? And so this is a big transformation, and along with it, this love aspect that is here is also part of it. It could be that this could be a love connection that you've had for a very long time and you're outgrowing it. And as you're beginning to grow into your life, you're outgrowing this and you're starting to be like, how do we move here? Let's start to get some clarifiers in. King of Cups is there. There's definitely someone there who has a lot of love for you, that is really tied to you. You know, you're theirs, you know, you're theirs. And it's like, this is different. There's a little difficulty here, but this is also feeling very much like it's part of a very necessary transition and change for you, Gemini. Show me what's going on some more. I want to know a little bit about this new adventure. Yes. So you're really, okay, you're being tempered. Yeah, Temperance is Sagittarius, your opposite sign. The card for Temperance is Sagittarius. Yeah, it's the changes involving a real difference in how you're handling things as well. You're becoming much more calm. You're becoming much more focused. You have a stronger sense of handling certain situations. And this is one of the ways that you are evolving in your career and your work. You're just becoming stronger as a person. There's less anxiety about starting new tasks or new projects, right? You're able to sort of control a lot. Prince of Pentacles. Yeah, you're able to control a lot of your energy when it comes to just doing new things. I feel like this is a real growing up time for you, Gemini, right? And this has nothing to do with age, right? This could be at any age of your life. You could be young, you could be mid-young, older than mid, wherever you are as far as age. This does still feel like a maturing of you right now. And this maturing is it's affecting your love life, and you feel deeply about it, right? You feel a lot of love for this connection that's here, but it's one of those very, very difficult. It's one of those difficult scenarios that absolutely happens, especially when you are maturing or resonating up to a different stage in your life while the world is at your feet. Yeah, it's a very difficult thing. we don't only break up with people because we're out of love with them, or something bad has happened or it's become toxic. Sometimes life is just not feasible. It's just not going anywhere, right? The love is still there, but there is a disconnect because you absolutely have your own path in life. And sometimes the two, that's where that ships in the night, sometimes even a committed relationship, even a long-term relationship can get to a place where you become ships in the night and it just isn't viable as you both individually go down your path. So it's one of those really hard kind of like, yeah, we love each other, but this is still not working, right? Nine of Pentacles. The independence right now for you is too strong, right? You just want to be independent. Magician, you are so on top of your game right now, Gemini, right? And you're transitioning into such a mature place that unfortunately, and it even shows how mature you are in the way that you're handling this kind of disconnect that's beginning, or this situation that's happening with regard to your love life, to the person you love right now, or the person you've been with, because you are taking the time to pull back and really think and contemplate. You're not making a rash decision. You are finding it difficult because the love is there, but you know that you are now going down a path that just doesn't have room for them in it. And you also know at the same time that you must go down that path because for your personal best well-being, for your life journey, it's a necessary stage. And you can't give that up for anyone, right? It doesn't matter if you love somebody. And that's why love, what's love got to do with it? Sometimes that statement holds true, not only for a situation where you're involved with toxicity and abuse, but sometimes it really does, it's like you love so many different people, but the ultimate is when they fit in with your life's journey. And when they don't fit in with your life's journey, that can be very difficult. And you're dealing with that right now. At the same hand, you have this excitement for yourself. At the same time, you are overflowing with excitement. You can see and feel the future. You can feel yourself resonating up. You can feel yourself, you're almost able to take a moment outside of yourself and see yourself growing, becoming more mature. You're actively witnessing yourself in the moment, making better decisions. This is a great reading for a Gemini that's resonating up, but going through a very difficult time with a love person in their lives. Pulling 3 oracles. Well, spirit of communication. Here we go. Right? Love letters. You may be dealing with, your loved one may be, trying to continue to keep your heart. And yes, your heart is there, but your heart is also in your own journey. Love letters, emails, texts, phone calls. I miss you. Are we really, is the distance really growing? Spirit of the scales, karma, balance, justice coming in. So this is a nice energy for you right now as well, right? Things are becoming balanced in your life. So this is a beautiful, positive energy. And of course, spirit of the clover, again, oftentimes when you resonate up, it feels like luck is there. It feels like abundance is just, coming in effortlessly. The energy of summer and things springing new. And this very much can come out of just being in touch. When you resonate with your life's purpose and you resonate with when you are where you're supposed to be. World card came out. The energy of knowing that right now you are exactly where you are supposed to be, and you are aware of it and living in the moment and intentional. That is when everything begins to feel like you are the magician. Everything locks into place. Things become easier. Luck comes in. Intuition skyrockets. Self-esteem increases. Because at that point, you're absolutely plugged in to your higher self and your higher purpose, right? And those moments come here and there in life. We're not always completely aware, or we're not, we're off our path many times, right? And we know we're not exactly where we're supposed to be. But when we find ourselves exactly where we're supposed to be and we know it and we're on that path, it's that moment of singularity in our lives that can cause that immense euphoria. This is an excellent reading. It gave me a high to have it. I love these energies. Gemini, what can I say? This is it for you. Please take a moment to look at the cards, pull your images, pull your totem, your talisman, whatever makes you, resonates with you and speaks to you. And that will be your sign, your symbol, that when you see or, become conscious of it anytime during your day-to-day activities, take a moment, be in the moment. Remember what this reading gave you. If it gave you any clarity, take what resonates, leave the rest on the table. All right, Gemini, I'm going to start to pull up. Oops, my angel. Pull up my oracle cards and my clarifiers. Beautiful reading for you. Difficult time. Just because you don't want to hurt anyone and things, But it doesn't mean that an end has to be. It's just a change. It's a transformation, and they are always difficult. All right. We're going to give this a little chain shuffle. And I think the next sign we're going to be reading for will be Libra. That beautiful sign of Libra. So, take away. Put Libra there. And then we have the sun and air. No planets in Libra today. So we're just going to be reading for Libra without any aspects added to this particular day of the reading. We are, in fact, in Pisces season now. All right. So do look out. Tomorrow's Wednesday water. I'm going to be reading for the water signs. So we're going to be looking at Pisces and Scorpio and Cancer. But today it's all about air. And right now it's all about Libra. All right. Take a moment. You're here for a tarot reading, so enjoy. Take a moment to meditate on those images. I do a quick shuffle here for Libra. One more. And a cut. And we're going to do your general reading. Tonight, again, as I said, starts the love readings. I'm so excited. 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be starting with Gemini. And then at 6:30 will be Libra. And at 7 o'clock, we will read for Aquarius. All right. Put her right there, and we're going to get right into it. Wheel of Fortune, beautiful. Uh-oh. 9 of Swords, nice. Again, starting off with some really nice positive energy. There's anxiety there. There's some anxiety there, but we're going to get deeper. Right now, Libra, you are feeling, again, like Jupiter, luck is on your side. Things are happening. Opportunities are coming in. Again, to do with reaching your financial, physical goals. Some of you may be reaching a goal health-wise, okay? You may be resonating up your health. You may be increasing your health, your activity. It's a goal that you've been on for quite some time, and right now it just feels like luck is on your back. But there is some anxiety there. 9 of Swords energy. There is some worry, some sleepless nights you're having about something. And there's some fire coming in at you right now. You have a Knight of Wands here. So let me go a little bit deeper, because I'm wondering where this Knight of Wands energy is coming from. This may have to do with other people, because right now you're coming in strong with beautiful, like I said, beautiful golden opportunities coming in. Luck really on your side. Wheel of Fortune is a beautiful energy to have, especially when you're trying to manifest something in a physical, when you're working on your health, or you're working on your work, or, your business, or anything that you're trying to manifest in a physical, that you're putting all that hard work into, when that fortune is on your side. Love. Queen of Wands. 10 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Wow. All right. You're coming into a goal that you've wanted for a long time. But there's a little hampering here going on. There's something bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles. Yeah, it's almost as if, can we get him to focus? Not today. See, sometimes my camera decides not to focus. It's quite interesting what cards it doesn't want to focus on. But it's, you're coming into this goal that you've been working on for a very long time, right? But what I want to say though is that you have somebody coming at you that you're worried about. I want to say this could be somebody that you're involved with. This could be a lover. This could be somebody, this could be a husband or a wife, right? And there is an anxiety here that's associated with them to do with this business. You may be in business with your partner, okay? You may be in business with a wife. You may be in business with your husband. And you're at the moment in a very tricky situation where you have something, you have an opportunity you want to go after, but you're getting opposition. Okay, you're getting some opposition there. And your person that you're with, lovers is showing up in this, and yet this feels like a strong business reading or money reading, career reading. It just feels like, you know, you're like, oh shit, you know, as I have this great idea, I know this is going to work, but now I got to deal with them. You know, how am I going to do it? Am I, you know what I mean? I feel like you have all the confidence in yourself, but you know, working with somebody else is going to be really, really tricky. It could be, it feels to me also like you're dealing with somebody who that you're working with right now who's older than you. They may have been in the business longer than you. They may have been in this career path longer than you. And there's a lot of anxiety that you're not going to measure up. There's a feeling of judgment here a little bit. There's a feeling of kind of like sort of being micromanaged a little bit. This is going to, you know, I think this is going to work itself out, but let's get a little bit deeper. This is a very specific reading about yeah, things are changing. The communication is changing. It's going to turn around. This is you kind of, yeah, this is you spreading your wings, Libra. You're dealing with a situation where you may be the one, you may for the first time be sort of spreading your wings about a particular business that you're in. Okay, with somebody, a particular craft. You may work at a company and share a department. You may run a business with someone, whatever the case is. But for a long time, you've been kind of the junior partner. You've been the one that's been quite new to this. You've been, and for some of you, this involves a business with a lover, right? So you're in business with somebody that you also have a private relationship with. And there's a lot of anxiety there. I want to say that there's been a lot of feeling of having to prove yourself. This has really weighed on you to a certain degree, but this new opportunity that is coming in for you right now is an opportunity also for you and your relationship to grow. You're going to come out of this stronger. You're going to come out of this finding out that a lot of your self-esteem or lack of self-esteem, rather lack of self-confidence, right? And a little bit of insecurity and anxiety about how well you're going to perform. All of this is going to go away because you're going to come through this situation much, much, much stronger. There's some adversity here, definitely. This is a very difficult, tricky kind of like specific reading. This reading is definitely not going to resonate with a lot, with everybody out there, a lot of people out there at all. It may be just a few of you Libras because it's so specific. This is a reading for somebody who's going through a huge, I want to say, confidence booster with regard to their career. It starts off with a lot of anxiety and worry. Yes, it starts off with a lot of anxiety and worry. 9 of Swords energy. Wow. A lot of grief. Right? You're really having to work for it. But if you work for it and you push for it, Libra, and you follow your sort of gut, which you need to do, because most of this is really just anxiety and worry. coming at you. As I said, for just worry about not living up. But you will come out of the other side really, really having proved yourself. There will be a bit of a shift here, a bit of a rift. For some of you Libras, you're going to move on to do your own thing, to come out of this strong enough to come out of from under being sort of, as I say, the junior partner, right, to doing your own thing. And it's going to require, some of you, it will require a break, because the person that's on the other side of this that you're working with, that working in that combination with them does not allow much room for anybody else. So the growth here will be the confidence and also the ability for you to step out on your own. That's not saying anything bad about the person you're with. It's just the dynamic of this business relationship. They've been around a lot longer. They have a lot more experience, and they're just not willing to entertain anybody being a partner with them unless they are only a junior partner. They're not the type of person to be partners, right? And you're resonating up to either being equal partners with somebody or going off and doing your own thing. I'm going to pull a few more cards and take a quick sip of tea. This was a very specific, message that came through and got teased out. This is also you really coming out of a period of doubt, a period of not sure, you didn't know which way to go. You knew what you wanted to achieve, but you didn't necessarily know how to go about achieving it. Yes, there was a lot of miscommunication, Eight of Swords energy, a lot of miscommunication. I think for a long time you kind of just doubted yourself, and at the same time you had this attitude of like, it's not my fault, what else can I do? But you're really coming out of this, because the opportunity that's coming for you, Libra, is such a golden opportunity. It's such an opportunity that you want, right? Your desire to achieve it is outweighing the energy you've put into your self-doubt, the energy that you've put into your, insisting on not, almost insisting on lacking confidence, right? Sometimes that can happen. But what's coming at you, the ability or the opportunity, Six of Cups energy, nice. The opportunity that's coming for you is one that you just can't pass up. And you want it so badly. And so when we that desire, desire is at the heart of everything human, right? What we desire, and when you desire something enough for it to outweigh all of the other things that you've been carrying, that's when you make certain kinds of breakthroughs. And you desire this so much that you're kind of breaking through all of this sort of haze that's been surrounding you and that's been stopping you from sort of progressing. So this is a very nice reading of progression. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a big shift coming here. Again, an end to a period of you kind of playing second fiddle, or allowing yourself to have to play second fiddle, allowing yourself to be sort of compartmentalized in a particular place. You're really busting out of that box. And again, for some of you, that's going to involve absolutely a break with whoever you do your business with, whoever you're working with, the project that you're on, but not a bad break, a good break. This is not like, leaving something unfinished. You're not leaving work unfinished and just quitting or something. I'm talking about just opportunity coming in for you to suddenly be promoted, to move, to have the access to start your own thing, right? This is a very positive, resonating up break. So let's go ahead and get some of your oracles, and another beautiful reading for the air signs. Libra, Gemini was awesome. We're going to go into Aquarius next. Nice energy, Libra. Again, tonight, your love reading is going to be up at 6:30. So check that out, live streaming. You could see a little bit more about this love connection that's here. Because again, for some of you, you're in partnership, you're in business with your lover, your husband, your wife, your lover, your partner. So there is an aspect here of that. But here the energy is, the reading is much more just talking about the business aspect of that, right? The business side of it. And it's the impact on your love connection with them is not really coming through just yet. And maybe that comes through tonight. Spirit of the anchor, right? Stability, investment, solid, being solid. This is another one of those things, you're going to, there we go. You're going to be able to, Spirit of the anchor, you're investing in more stability, right? This is nice energy for you. We have spirit of the fae, mischief, play, fantasy. Okay, so this may be something, this is energy that may be factoring into and showing up in your private connection or your personal relationship with this person. For those of you who do have a personal relationship with the person that you're working with, that may not be for everyone who also still resonates with this energy in this reading. Spirit of the earth, nature, grounded, ancestors. Okay, so being grounded, right? There you go. Being grounded, dipping into nature. Some of you, that's going to help with your anxieties. That's going to help with your, focus right now. Because this is more this is a bit of a scary sort of period of you putting yourself out there in terms of, mostly to do with confidence, self-esteem, security of yourself, right? But you're going to get through it. And this is going to be a real breakthrough for you. An absolute breakthrough. This is a nice reading, Libra. I'm going to leave it at that. Go ahead and take a moment to look at the cards. Pull out your talisman or your totem. And let that be your symbol for the next period, several weeks. To remind you whenever you become aware of it and it pops in your head or you see it in your day-to-day activities, that this is the moment to just take a breath and be in the moment. Remember what you got from this reading, if you resonated with it and it helped you figure some bits out a little bit more, take that with you, okay? If you and just take that. Leave everything else on the table. All right, guys, let's go ahead and pull up everything to get ready for Aquarius, which will be the final reading for today, the 4th episode of Tuesday Air. So every Tuesday, 11 a.m., I live stream Tuesday Air, the 3 readings, general readings for the air signs. Tomorrow we're going to get into water. Thursday I do earth, and Friday I do fire. All right, let's give this a little break shuffle. If you're watching the whole video, you can take a moment and get a drink. I'm still going to pull out that Aquarius card. I'm taking a moment to take a sip of tea. Now, let's get out Aquarius. So Aquarius is interesting today because we have several planets in Aquarius today. So let's just pull out. Here she is. Got the sun. We've got air. And then we have 4 planets today in Aquarius. 4 planets. Venus and Mars. Mercury and Pluto. Okay, so it's a banner day for Aquarius energy. And we just left Aquarius season, right? We're now into Pisces, so this is a lot. All right, Mercury here, the planet of communication. Pluto, the planet of death and rebirth. Mars, the planet of war. And Venus, the planet of love, okay? So take a moment, Aquarius, take a moment. Cross watchers, take a moment while I do a nice shuffle here. Beautiful cards. I love those cards, those zodiac cards. All right, let's cut your deck. All right, Aquarius, the water bearer. Let's get into it. Take these away. And we're going to move you right here. Keep your energy on the table. And get right into your reading. Let's go. Page of Swords, 10 of Wands, King of Cups, and 10 of Cups. Aw, nice. You are... Oh, your love connection is getting deeper. Your confidence is growing. This feels like a reading right away for an Aquarius who probably recently hooked up with somebody. You may have recently gotten with someone. dating, or, just starting, almost not even a little bit further than dating, could be recently, last few weeks, last couple months. And now you are feeling really good about it. Right now, you are you're past your fear stage. I don't know, is this going to work out? This feels like a really cute energy right away for new love. Page of Wands came flipped over. I'm going to keep that. Yeah, it's a new kind of you're excited, right? It's new. It feels fresh. Feels very young. It's like it started off with nice giddy feelings. And most importantly, right now, this week with this, you are coming into a stage where you're, whatever hang-ups or apprehensions you had, you're letting them go. Tower. Wow. Knight of Wands. Strength and justice. Wow. Bottom of the deck. King of Swords. Right? Not King of Swords today. King of Swords energy. Strict rules, regulations. All right. I'm going to say be careful, right? So this love interest that you're with, you suddenly have you've gone in, right? You've gone in. I'll put my whole hand in, right? You're like, this is what I want. I love them. You're kind of have this new sort of idealistic view of what's going on. And then boom, something does come in, tower energy comes in, and you feel like you're suddenly having to be very strong. There could be an aspect here where, yes, this is a really nice love connection that started off as a nice love connection. But as you become more serious and you begin to let your guard down and have a little bit more sense of security in this connection, what comes in are some restrictions, like some strange restrictions that may be coming in. So just some things are now suddenly changing a little bit, okay? There may be some jealousy, there may be some, suddenly it's like you're with somebody and suddenly you're starting to experience a little bit of insecurity, jealousy that wasn't there. It's like the honeymoon stage is over, right? The honeymoon stage is over and you're fully into it. And it's like, oh, okay, but this is moving a little bit fast. And on top of it moving fast, now all of a sudden there's all this other stuff that's kind of coming in, right? And it's a real shock to you because, again, this feels like a kind of a turnaround. Yes, we start off, and this is why my readings, I always say for me, every reader is different, but for me, the message gets much more clear and deeper as we go into the cards. That baseline in the beginning, that's just your energy, sort of in that beginning phase. And if you're reading here for the reading today and it's resonating, I want to say for the last few weeks, up until maybe this week. And then this week, as soon as you begin to as soon as you begin to be like, oh, okay, this is going to be great. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to let my guard down. It's like things kind of change. Communication changes. Everything gets a little bit brand new, right? Still, it's not a game change. It's not a deal breaker. It's not a deal breaker, right? It's just like, oh, okay, I didn't realize that this person was that sort of intense. Your person may be coming out as being quite intense. Things have changed. Yeah, and hangman energy, inspiration. Yeah, so there's a real shift, a turnaround here happening. A real change in a connection you have with someone. Right? And suddenly I'm going to say, all of a sudden, it's like, it almost feels like people come out of the woodwork. As you get more serious with this person, more committed, what seemed like a very relaxed scenario suddenly isn't as relaxed. People were coming in out of nowhere. There could be relatives. All of a sudden now you got to meet the parents, or you got to meet the aunt or the uncle. There's suddenly all this activity that feels like it's coming in here. And you just weren't expecting that. at the same time, you really fell head over heels for this person. You were really thinking like, wow, this is like perfect. We're going to have the perfect connection. Like it's one of those things where you meet somebody and you're like, we're just made for each other, right? And as soon as you actually dive in and start being with each other and making it serious, all of a sudden things start to get a little bit wacky. You know, things just start to get a little bit wacky. All of a sudden, things you didn't know about start to come out of the woodwork. Behaviors, requirements, right, that weren't there before. You still have a dream of a certain kind of relationship here, but it just feels like you're having to really like deal with a lot of emotions. King of Pentacles. Yeah, there's money involved. You're dealing with somebody who has a lot of money. You know, you're also, you yourself, Aquarius, you're kind of on top of your game. You're cool. You don't need, and I think for some of you, money may be an issue, may be the issue. And I mean it like this, right? Yes, great connection. You got together. You love it. You know, you're like, oh man, this is perfect. You begin to drop some of your guard, right? Some of your guard begins to fall. And Aquarius, for some of you Aquarius, you're very successful. You're doing very well. And part of that guard was guarding your, what you have achieved. You may be affluent, or you may be living a certain lifestyle. You may have achieved, and this is all work you've done. You've done this work. You know, I'm not. This is about you. You know, for instance, you know, you're careful who you date because you don't want them to date you for your money. You don't want them to date you for, you know, whatever business acumen you have or clout or whatever. You want it to be real, and so you do have guardrails up, guard up, right? You have defenses up, but with this connection, you began to start to drop them, and I feel like it's almost like, oh shit, here we go again. But it really surprises you because you really believe that this was like a real, and I'm not saying it's not a real connection, but I think that you really thought with this particular person, you didn't have to hide all of that stuff or be worried about it. And you're finding out now that it's not so much that you have to be worried about it, but things certainly aren't as they seemed. Right? And suddenly this person you're with is exhibiting a lot of sort of, you know, it's not like they were unambitious before or uninspired, but they were kind of like just in their life, doing their thing. And now you're dropping your guard, Aquarius, and you're showing a bit more of who you are and what you've achieved and what comes with you. It's like all of a sudden they're getting some pep in their step, and it feels kind of a little bit, there's that awkward feeling in you, I want to say, of like, okay, is this going to be the same road I've been down before? You know, are they suddenly changing up on me because they're knowing more about me? You know, did I get the authentic person before? Because it's always weird when people suddenly change how they treat you the more they know you. Right? If you're in a relationship and you hook up with somebody and you really care about each other and you love each other, that treatment shouldn't really change fundamentally, or the way they act towards you or the things they expect from you shouldn't change fundamentally the more you know about each other. Right? Those things are kind of set in rock and stone and in the character and personality of the person you're with. And when those things begin to shift, for instance, if you love somebody, you're hooking up with them, you're together, and they start to realize more about how you're living, and now all of a sudden they expect you to buy everything or to pay for everything, that's a fundamental shift in what they expect from you. And that's toxic. That's weird, toxic behavior. You know, because that means they're changing how they treat you, how they feel about you based on what you have, what you can bring. And that's not authentic. And so this is what this feels like. Feels like you're right now starting to be like, were they authentic with me? Do I have to put my guard back up? Again, this is a whirlwind romance with someone, Aquarius, and you really, really felt strongly about it. And I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm not saying that this should break up. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that right now, things are happening with them that's a little bit giving you a little pause for thought. The way to handle this would be to communicate. Justice is coming in. There can be a rebalancing For some of you, this may have happened in a recent past, and there can be a rebalancing. There's definitely a change that's coming in the way that you guys are communicating and interacting with each other, Aquarius. There's definitely a change coming, right? So take that. We're going to go ahead and get your 3 oracle cards out. Spirit of the Black Rose. Wow, tragic romance. Again, yeah, that's kind of like, you know, what I was thinking. Tragic romance, hopefully not revenge or despair, but there's a tragic aspect to this in the sense of like a letdown of like, you know, like I said, were they really authentic? You know, spirit of travel. You know, relocation. Some of you are going on vacations. You're traveling with your person, etc., moving on. Some of you may be moving on. And then spirit of the flocks. You have gossip happening, you know, gossip, rumors. It's a hard card to focus on because it's so dark. Gossip, rivals, posse, you know, people ganging up on you, you know. Things like that. Bullying, crowd bullying, things like that. So watch out. All right. Some interesting vibes here. But yeah, this is just an apprehensive reading for an Aquarius who's recently really become serious about somebody. And it's one of those age-old things that as soon as you became serious, as soon as you let your guardrails down, there was some change happening. Something came in that just was like, okay, this isn't what I thought it was. And handling that, there's definitely going to be a shift now here. But how you come out of that is going to very much depend, I'm going to say, on some events that come in for you and some circumstances, right? There is some rebalancing that is ultimately coming in into this connection here. But it feels to me very strongly like the universe is busy taking care of that right now. And it's just like certain events, activities will come in over the next few weeks that really help to sort of like let the pieces fall where they may, okay? And for the whole sort of view and clarity of everything that's going on to come through so that you can make the right kind of decisions for yourself about where this connection is going. All right, Aquarius, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for coming to this 4th episode of Tuesday Air. I'm so excited. We're already on the 4th week of it. Tomorrow is Wednesday Water, Thursday is Earth, and Friday is Fire. And tonight, if you want to look into just your specific love reading, the love readings are a reading I do where I pull cards for you and for your person. We're looking at a specific connection in your life, whether it's new, it's been going on for a long time, or recently ended. We'll see what the cards have to say. And that will be Gemini at 6 p.m., Libra at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then Aquarius at 7 o'clock. So join me for that. But for right now, guys, thank you so much for being here. This is Bow and Arrow Tarot, closing the 4th episode of Tuesday Air. I wish you guys love, life, and happiness, and I hope to see you guys at the next reading. Bye-bye now.